Well, I think when you talk about Theo and Jamal and Ike, they address some real needs in our program. I think we'll have an immediate improvement in the size of our team, and we'll have an immediate improvement in the athleticism of our team. All three guys have really good positional size and length, and all of them are outstanding athletes. And we went into this recruiting season trying to address those needs with our team. We feel like over the past couple of years we've added skill and feel, and we needed to complement that with some guys who are hungry workers and good kids, but also really good athletes with good positional size.
When it comes to these three guys, do they bring an element of balance that maybe hasn't been there yet?
Yeah, again, obviously, as we've tried to remake the roster, you wish you could do everything at once, and it would be done yesterday. But it takes time, and there's a process to it. And I think the guys that we've added to our program since I've been here are really good players, have a lot of skill. These guys are really good players, but their bread and butter is their athleticism and length.
What do you like about Iki?
Well, aside from the fact that he's just a great kid to be around, I mean, he's one of those guys who lights up a room when he walks into it. He gets along with everyone. He's a guy who's very new to the game. He's only been playing for 3 years. He's been well schooled at Detroit Jesuit by Pat Donnelly. But his best basketball is ahead of him. And when you talk about a guy with a motor who's 6'10", long arms, and unbelievable agility and mobility, that generally is a recipe for success.
He played soccer, so you can tell when he runs that he can see the floor. Wes Matthews had that too, where he can see all the positions on the floor as he's coming down spatially, and he can really run.
Yeah, I think playing soccer helps basketball players. I mean, I played all through high school, and I always felt like having played soccer, whether it's footwork, whether it's kind of the feel of positioning and people around you, I think soccer can be a real benefit. And with a lot of the African kids who grow up playing, I think it serves them well as they try to develop into full-time basketball players.
Does he have feet kind of like Luke, where he can guard perimeters? I mean, he looks like he can.
Yeah, I mean, he's got better feet than anyone in our program right now. He's a guy who I think his defense and his rebounding, his ability to protect the rim is in front of his offense. And a lot of that is because he's got the ability to guard multiple positions. And he's not only a good vertical athlete where he can jump high, he can play above the rim, but he's a really good ground athlete where he can move laterally and stop and start incredibly quickly.
It seems like defense is kind of a theme among these three guys. Would you agree with that?
Yeah, I think all three of them, and certainly with Ike and with Theo, their best attributes are their rim protection and rebounding and the ability to defend. And they do that at a real high level right now. Obviously, there's always a learning curve, especially for big guys. At the college level, they have things you can't teach and that we don't have in our program. So they really address those needs. And then what Jamal gives us is unbelievable length on the perimeter. I mean, he's taller and longer than anybody we have in our program, and he's an electric athlete. So, again, you try to address needs to the best way you can, and I think we did with these three guys. And like the other guys we brought in, I think they're first-class people too, who will not only add a lot to our program, but will add a lot to the Marquette community.
There's obviously a lot of three-point shooting right now with this year's team. Now you're going to have some more big guys. Do you expect that to still be the case?
Well, we hope so. I mean, I think you want to have balance. I think the guys that we have in our program now, and really a lot of them are young. They'll be in our program for a while. Have great skill, have really good basketball IQ, understanding of the game. When you add some guys who give us something different in terms of their size and athleticism, I think that's the balance that you want to strike, and we've tried to do that. I think we feel great about this class.
And talking a bit more about Ike, everybody that I talked to at Detroit Jesuit really talked about his winning personality. Would you agree with that?
Yeah, he's a winner. Great kid. I mean, he lights up a room. He's one of those guys, when you're around him, he makes you feel good. It's such a great quality to have, especially as much time as we spend together. As you have a guy, when you see him, you always feel good. Ike has that quality, and I think he's going to be a really good basketball player. His best basketball is certainly ahead of him. You know, we were recruiting a kid on his team by the name of Cassius Winston when I first got the job, you know, over 2 years ago, and I saw Ike as a real young player at Detroit Jesuit, and the improvements that he's made have really been impressive to me. And it's a result of his hard work, and obviously Pat Donnelly's done a great job with him as well.
When did you first see John?
I saw Theo actually a number of times. My first year on the job, he took an unofficial visit to Marquette, and that's when I first had a chance to meet him. And you know, like the other two, really good kid from a good family. And then I had a chance because he played on the EYBL circuit with Howard Pulley. I've had a chance to follow him over the last couple of years, and you know, he actually had played against Sam last year in lacrosse. So after, I think it was we beat Providence here, flew to lacrosse and had a chance to watch him play last season. He's got an outstanding high school team, potential state champion in Minnesota. Theo too, you know, again, like Ike, I think his best basketball is ahead of him. Theo has a college-ready body now, though. I mean, he's a guy at 6'9", 245 pounds, and not too much body fat. I mean, he looks like a college player, and I think he can defend and rebound at the college level right now, and then his offense will continue to catch up with him.
Is Minneapolis becoming a hotbed for you? It seems like you had Sakar up there, and at Duke you got Jones before you left Duke.
Yeah, no, I think Minnesota has really good high school basketball, and over the last few years especially, I think that's been the case where, you know, we want to try to recruit in the states that are closest to us, and, you know, we've been fortunate with being able to sign some really good kids and players from the state of Wisconsin. We've tried to recruit Minnesota. You know, we'll try to get into Illinois. We want to try to take care of the places that are a little bit closer where people really understand how great a program Marquette is, and then, you know, selectively outside our breadbasket, try to get into recruitments with good kids, good players that we can win.